Okay, so hopefully that we've got King Goose Vanguard that managed to will give us even a better game coming up against this game for the Sovereign SG. So once again, Sovereign SG is gonna be playing first because you're not gonna like back and forth kind of
True.
thing, right? So
Okay.
we saw Nandes go for some crazy Lucas play.
And I
Just
expect,
ban them.
yeah, I expect.
Just
That's true.
just
I
ban it.
expect it's going to be a respect ban and meta ban also for the side of Sovereign
Yeah.
SG. But this moment in time, again, Sovereign SG, we've seen their game previously against RSG SG, and we have a concern on how they just come up with regards to their drafts. So at this moment in time, they could have learned on that situation. Now here against KGV, of course, Lucas, it should be banned there. Kalea this time around also been taken down, but yeah, you have to consider the Lucas, or they will pick the Lucas themselves.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the previous game at least they didn't manage to
Nope.
play the Lucas. So
Yes.
at least when it comes down to information, we don't really have too much information on their usability on the Lucas. So perhaps this will be the time that we get to see them play that. So how's that gonna be? We've got Kalia, Kimi, and Fanny that's thrown into the mix. Harif is currently still available to be
True.
picked.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got Harif, we've got Suyo, Joy.
Oh yes.
Phovius. Yeah, I think.
Is there a glue game yesterday?
Yes,
Are they-
actually.
okay,
Yeah,
there's
we
one
did
glue game.
actually see
Oh.
one single glue game, but I don't think that
Okay.
it worked out all that well. I think that the glue was. Wait, I think that was actually played by Super Ryan, game number 1
I see.
against Team Flash.
Okay.
Yeah, so right now glue has 0% win rate.
is banning.
And well, Glue's been rising in the EXP. It has a great performance on the other regions. I haven't seen. Well, personally, I haven't seen yet. So you mentioned, of course, yesterday, right? The Glue has been used. Has it won? No. No. Okay.
0%
So
win
let's.
rate.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Toss it
It's-
right out of the window.
okay then, because I have the information that Glue has been pretty much OP kind of this pick. But anyway, the opening up here, Zushin is also pretty much open. Shuyo as well. So if SSG you are in the first priority pick, you go for those heroes. If the question is it these heroes their comfort picks? No, Matilda. Okay.
Okay, Matilda's
Your
out.
team
Okay,
is
so
picking.
I think the game plan is completely changed as compared to the previous game that we saw, because I think that they were kind of revolving around
team is
the
picking.
Matilda to a certain extent. But now we do have a first pick onto the Badang.
Usual, right?
I wouldn't even call that a usual
Maybe
actually.
Suyo.
Is Suyo Joy that
Yeah,
has
I
seen resurgence being first pick material? I would say that Badang is a decent pick, is a
Okay.
pretty good pick, but not exactly first pick
That's the thing.
material.
Yeah. Maybe SSG if okay. I mentioned challenger teams go for the comfort pick. Badang is their comfort pick. Then no
I think
questions.
that there's no
Yeah.
problems, right?
Mm.
Because honestly, when it comes down to challenger teams, I would always say that because of their lack of hero pools, potential lack of hero pools,
You
always
Your
go for the
team is
comfort so
picking.
that you will be able to put your best foot forward.
So this is it. I think this is a adjustment that we are looking for Sovereign SG. Just go into your comfort picks. Go to your draft. Don't overthink on the enemy teams at this moment in time. But now, if Badang is going to be the first pick, you need a follow up here. So Hylos have been used, so that is sustained. So Badang can go for the pin, but you need a follow up hero here.
Yep. A few months back, a lot of the international teams
Yep.
picked up the Badang first,
team is
only
picking.
because of the fact that he is a beast in EXP and Rome, apparently on Rome as well. But throughout my time in SPS, I actually think that that's not necessarily the case. There's a lot of games with Badang Rome was played, but to not that great of an extent.
Yeah.
So theoretically speaking, yes, he can go roam, but he's not the best ideal roamer in my honest opinion. So if SSG have that same idea, then they want to first pick onto the Badang
Your
because
team
it's
is
flexible,
banning.
then at this point in time, that means they can kind of fixate that Badang into roam position now and pick up a CC for themselves so that they will be able to counter against the Hylos.
Yeah, can. can actually. Plus, of course, we have no joy as a full committal as well. So we've seen how Badang
Your
can
team
really
is banning.
stop that escape strategy for the opposing team with that barrier. I think is pretty good. SSG draft right now, again, first half. Their draft's pretty good. Plus, they have the Zushin here. But on the other side, you have now the
Your
Hayabusa.
team is banning.
Kind of difficult and how I think they need to have on the side of SSG someone who can take that lap down. So we have Kalea has been banned, right? We have seen Jawhead.
The year's been bad. Sorry?
Jawhead.
Jawhead once by JPL.
Ah,
Yeah,
ah, yeah,
only
yeah, yeah,
once
yeah.
by JPL.
Okay. So for me, I think Jawhead is Kalea somehow kind of when it comes to initiation, flicker, ejector, flicker.
I think they are largely similar.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Just that Kalia is actually a little bit better to me, only because of the fact that
she can
she's a
reposition herself.
she can position herself,
Yeah.
yes, with the use of a single ultimate. She doesn't
Your
necessarily
team is
need the
banning.
flicker. The flicker, in fact, just extends the range.
Yeah.
While
Yeah.
for Jawhead, it's necessary for the flicker for the initiation. So one is optional, one is mandatory. While in the meantime, the only thing that Jawhead does have better for is because he can, number one, save people with a toss, and also he does have very strong damage when it comes to smart missiles,
Yes.
which is not something that
Your
Kalia has.
team is
Plus the
picking.
range of this initiation as well on that unstoppable force. Yeah, I think you're right. You're right, abstract in that sense. But the point is, they need to have someone to lock down this Hayabusa for the side of KGV. So far, it's full committal here. As you can see, there's not much of a heavy crowd control except for that barrier coming in from Badang and of course the Sushin. But you need a certain range to execute that one.
I think that having a
Wow.
okay, this is kind of tough. As much as I really want a Gacha from SSG, I still think that they don't have a very solid initiator per se.
Your team is picking.
Oh wait, Badang is the initiator already. Yeah,
Yes.
Badang is the roam initiator, and then the
There.
Gacha on the EXP.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. This is great. I think I love SSG's lineup.
I think
To
I'm
be honest.
okay.
Your team
Yeah.
I think I'm okay. So they have their toes wet for many for different patterns of playstyle, right? They have a decent amount of crowd control all across the board. They have the AOE damage coming in from the Joy, the Badang, and to a certain extent, even Jusin has pretty decent damage there as well. And let's not forget about the peers when it comes down to the spear of
Yeah, the spear.
Right?
The SOD. Yeah.
Yes.
Spear of destruction.
SOD is easier.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a spear of destruction or spear of misery, and then the passive is the spear of
Yeah, that one.
that one. How
Yeah.
does one even pronounce
Yeah.
it again?
But actually, this is a great adjustment I'm seeing right now, abstract, for the side of SSG. And they have a great draft. We have mentioned, of course, this is just 50% of the battle. And I think they check on this one. SSG against this time around King's Vanguard. But King's Vanguard, though, they have the Valentina pick was so good.
Ah.
So what's the spear of?
I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce it right. I'm probably gonna butcher it. Spear of Quiescence.
Oh.
I'm probably wrong.
Yeah, that's
Quiescence.
quiescence.
Quies.
Yeah,
Is it really?
yes.
Oh, my
Oh,
god! Okay. For the first time, I
5
got
seconds till the
pronunciations
enemy
okay.
reaches the battle.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The start of our third match. It is going to be now KGV, King's Vanguard versus Sovereign SG. Now, again, best of one only, abstract.
Best of one. That's fun and
Yep.
punishing and scary. But for now, let's take a look and kind of break down the lanes a little bit. Did I walk me through how middle lane is gonna be like?
Middle lane, okay, Walker Knockout, he's pretty good on his role yesterday. And now with this Valentina, mentioned this one, it's really, really good against the draft here for Sovereign SG. There's so many things that you can take. Like, even the AOG you can take, even Badang's ultimate face crack also you can take, and here we go!
Immediately, Wakanakel as well. Nandes is just going to be jumping themselves right into the
Okay.
face of Sovereign SG. Good amount of pokes, but not really something that will send any one of them back home just yet. Well, we do have the pickup coming in from the Lantern Flare that did a decent amount of damage on the Wakanakel, but not like he's not gonna Wakanakel himself out of there.
Okay, but those are the 2 battle spells has been expanded already. Now they have to look out because Jawhead is there. Bao still has the Flicker. Flicker Ejector can easily pick you off in the early stage of game. Now King's Vanguard can take this as an opportunity for actually dictate the tempo here. Look at Nandes.
Oh, Nandes.
Yep.
I'm not too sure whether they're actually going to go for it.
Yeah.
Yes, they are with a flicker, but unfortunately, he did not manage to combo the toss right in time because of the big little stun that we saw coming in. What exactly was that, Karax?
Man.
Wow, good taunt.
Actually, that initiation coming in from Bao is good, but they did not expect that Pokéako is there in the vicinity. So that was the counterplay coming in from the side of SSG. Great attempt for King's Vanguard, but better counterplay for SSG. Now the turtle is up. Great vision again from Bao. We have seen, of course, that orange buff has been taken easily here with the side of King's Vanguard because of that health of Bao. I like Bao's map awareness at this moment in time.
So we'll see whether he'll be able to. There we go. That's what we want to see, right? A quick little toss to get people right out of dodge. Something that Kalia can't do. And this is the unique interaction from a Jawhead, which pretty much makes Jawhead semi-good. It's mostly the smart missiles that makes the Jawhead even better than most other Romans out there that really denies the capability of opponent Romans from, getting too close. But we're going to be looking at a split fight going on. Wakanakel did manage to get himself quickly out there with the beacon. As such, we do have Kong. It doesn't have a lot of HP still, but it is a full-out Sovereign SG jumping himself right into King's Vanguard, claiming kills onto Wakanakel, Bao, and very potentially Super Ryan too, but looks like he's a little bit tankier than normal.
Wow, beautiful sustain for the side of Sovereign SG there. Now they have the opportunity to take this turtle, but Nandes in the vicinity. They still need to take this player into consideration, but again, King's Vanguard rather left it out, go for another opportunity. That is going to be a pick-off.
Okay,
now
pick up. Doesn't seem like we will be able to do too much as Mel has already expended his flicker, but also a kill for King's Vanguard too. So we do have quite a bit of battle spells that's currently on cooldown, and not to forget with a single kill for King's Vanguard, I think that's pretty good value for King's Vanguard.
Look at Bao. He's doing this time and time again. He's actually dictating the tempo here. Now going for the perfect target in the bottom side, but I didn't expect that one. I thought they are going to full commit dive on the against Night Shiki there, but I'm not sure the decision why they retreated on that
I think
point.
it's due to the fact that they don't have any creep waves to kind of tank the initial one. But hold on a second, Bao, good toss, right on to Krill Mel, terrifies land for a while, but it's not quite enough to bring Krill Mel down. As such, Bao is going to be the only one that goes down from the side of King's Vanguard and didn't even get a kill on the Sovereign SG, unfortunately.
Wow. Man, sustain again. This is the second skirmish play that we have seen that Sovereign SG never had a casualty there. First in Turtle skirmish, now on the second one. So this time around, I think Karax did a pretty good job here with the Vitalist Battle Spell. But King's Vanguard, they do have many single target skills here, but when it comes to the major team fight, when Karax is pretty much present in the midst of it all, they cannot burst through against SSG.
Yeah, so he's a tanky boy. Revitalize makes things even tougher for King's Vanguard to break that wall. So, at least for Sovereign SG, I think that as much as they want to play in the early game, because of the fact that they do have a joy, King's Vanguard still is very aggressive because of the fact that they do have a Jawhead as well as a Valentina that does pretty decent damage too. But so far, I think at King's Vanguard they have been overly aggressive and they have been trying to gamble on some of these trades, which in the end of the day didn't work out well for them.
Yeah, twice already. Now this is going to be the third turtle, second turtle in the game. So Bao, so far, it's not the aggressive Bao that we have seen on the first 4 minutes in the game. It's actually now Sovereign SG trying to control the pit. Oh, they are going in actually there on the top side.
So Karak's terrified,
No.
and now Nandes puts himself right into the face, only to be locked down almost immediately with Kong just taking the brunt of damage afterwards. So
Wow.
that is amazing shot, and that is just a small little, I would say, slip up from Nandes.
Look how the aggressiveness shifted here in favor of the SSG.
Oh, with a nice pickup from Lantern Flare, but that's not the end just yet. Terrified once again on the Creo Meow, completely stuck in the proxy of first and second turret in the bottom lane. As such, he's gonna go down, while Nightshiki quickly tracks down the bottom lane Q1.
Creo Meow, of course, death there is okay, but Kong, he's also been picked off there, giving space for Nightshiki though. I don't know if Kong's death is necessary there, but Creo Meow, his death is giving space for the turret on the bot side. I'll take any day. I'll take that any day here. But King's Vanguard right now, they need to be very wary on how this momentum shifts against them.
I think that the momentum will severely shift against them the moment that the middle lane T1 is cracked open. And I think that that is exactly going to be the game plan for Sovereign SG. They want to be a little more mid-heavy at this point, as much as possible if they're able to keep their minions alive or create a diversion somewhere to, you know, kind of pull attention away from middle lane. That would probably be the best case scenario, just so that all the T1s taken down, then they would have very good and better controls of the river the moment that happens.
Oh, Pogiako is just doing his thing there, trying to go for the split from the bot side, going for his levels, while the SSG grind to go for that mid turret as well. Now, this is the moment they want. You mentioned, of course, this abstract, that how important this turret is. And now they're still controlling here for the side of SSG. All flickers pretty much available here for the King's Vanguard. Usually in the first 4 minutes, they're going to initiate the team fights, but now they are very cautious here at this moment, trying to go for a counterplay if they can.
One thing that I also realized from the side of Sovereign SG is that they are not exactly a composition that's very good at sieging, right? They are a very comical team.
Yep.
The only way that they can really realistically take turrets is only because they have won a fight. The opponents have lesser members, or they manage to take attention away from the turret that they want to take down. They can't just brute force their way onto a turret. But in the meantime that we have it, we do have all of the members from Sovereign SG that just clumped up together. King's Vanguard actually don't have any answer to that, and they are not punishing that at all. Karak splits the battle up into two, taking Wakanackle as well as the taunt from Luxion Stain. But unfortunately, in the end of the day, it is a 2-for-2 trade with Creo Mel quickly flickering herself aside, but not enough to run away. Pogiako joins in with a triple and almost very potentially a maniac for themselves. Wiped out the entirety of King's Vanguard and Moskov, by the way. All the way down to the bottom lane, cracked open. The T3. This is double objective, full wipeout.
Are you kidding me? Abstract, that was a 4v5 with Moskov doing his thing there. Nightshiki on the bot side. How did it... Pogiako? Okay, there you go. There's the replay. Yeah, the sustain is there. That was the key that this team fight prolonged here. KGV did its best to go for the counter play, and look at Pogiako just dancing around here while the rest focusing. Karak, the support, Creo Meow as well. Look at the timing coming in from Pogi. He knows when to go in, to go out, and to go in again and clean up the team fight.
I think that they have a very specific role that they are sticking to, which was one of the main problems, right? Nandes, okay, so this entire lineup is very similar and reminiscent to what Sovereign SG had a problem when it comes down to the previous game. But hold on a second, that is going to be Sovereign SG that is going to be banking right in to King's Vanguard as they are taking the pot shots right underneath of the enemy's turret. Nightshiki overly aggressive, but he's punished. Now only then, he's punished as Nandes does have the Ogi Shadow Kill that brings him down. Karax is dead as well. 3 men down from the side of Sovereign SG. The Lord is knocking onto the core, and unfortunately, if not for such an aggressive play, I think that Sovereign SG could very potentially be able to take more turrets down.
I agree. That was an overcommitment coming in from Sovereign SG, but at that moment, we see how powerful Pogiako 1-2-3 is right now on that joy. He's just diving in. He doesn't care. OMG. And now, King's Vanguard. This is Now alarming to them. Super Ryan, he has the revitalize, he has the glorious pathway, but the damage still coming in from Sovereign SG overpowers that sustainability coming in from the side of Super Ryan. So they need to find a way on how to be able to negate that kind of damage output, especially coming from Pogiako.
This is still kind of the same thing that we saw for Sovereign SG's the problem, right? Which is technically single target. Right now, Nandes has been looking for this one thing and one thing only, to look for where the Moskov is and assassinate that backline. It's either going to be the Drusin or it's going to be that Moskov. So the difference and the problem is that junglers have that one backline. They want to go for the backlines, and it just means that junglers are out of the picture. They're not going to be fighting. They just want to look for the backlines. So, in terms of that 3-man from Sovereign SG and the 3-man from King's Vanguard, it's very easy to say that the combination of Kong, Creomel, and Carax, they have way more damage than Super Ryan, Walker Knuckle, as well as Bao combined in an AoG context.
AoG!
It does seem like the AoG did not manage to touch on anyone just yet. As you can see, we do have the OG Shadow Kill that dealt a decent amount of damage, but not enough to get a kill down onto neither Carax nor Night Shiki.
Wow, Walker Knockout is down, opening the Lord takedown here for Sovereign SG. Nandes backing out. Wow, SSG, they are in a good spot here, Abstract. I think this is also very alarming here for King's Vanguard. MPL teams right now are in a hot spot. We've seen Absolute Zero taking down RSGSG. Now Sovereign SG here is actually overpowering King's Vanguard. Nandes, he needs to find a way on how to be able to pick up the backliners, the damage. Have you mentioned Naishiki, right? But Naishiki's positioning is very good as well.
It's very apt to say that this is alarming, right? Because we are starting to see a very weird relationship and interaction between the teams, right? What is called a King Slayer has been, you know, taken down by 2 different teams with very separate and different power rankings. The scoreboard is all over the place. The power ranking is all over the place. We can no longer have a very good idea as to who is going to be the one that actually wins in the entirety of MPL SG Season 9, which makes this even more interesting.
Yes.
As now Nandes is just going to be putting himself right into the fountain. The rest of the damage side of Sovereign SG is just going to be pouncing themselves right into the King's Vanguard with the core currently lower than 50% HP, but unfortunately the Lord is not attacking the core at all.
Oh!
Creole all dead! King's Vanguard picked up a maniac right in the head of Luxenstein.
That defense once again. Luxenstein bang 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 his way into the defense against Sovereign SG. I did not expect the damage, man. And look at this replay here. Lord is in disadvantage coming in from Sovereign SG. They did his part here to go for that fight. Sustain is there for the side of King's Vanguard. But look at Sustain going to the fountain, just going to defend, just free hit on the back line. No one is going to target him there.
Oh man, I'm not too sure about that fight, right? It kind of feels as though they're in the heat of the moment. It's very difficult to make the choice. It's kind of a gamble. Do we fight the players or do we try to end it? And at one point in time, I think that that is one point that it becomes very adaptable. You feel that the Lord has been under the core for an extended period of time. I think for the first 2 seconds or 3 seconds, it's okay for Night Shiki to be attacking players and attacking Bao in that very case. He pinned Bao over to the core and just continue attacking. Only for us to realize, look, number 1, the Lord is not attacking the core. Number 2, the Lord is surprisingly alive for very, very long. That would mean that King's Vanguard is actually not focusing onto the core, not focusing onto the Lord. They are actually focusing onto the players. So you need to split that damage and you need to, you know, allocate your resources aptly. In that case, I think Night Shiki, for the first half, aim the players. And then you realize, Lord is alive. Let me just aim the core now. Because at any point, if Night Shiki were to switch the damage over to the core even 1 second earlier, that could have been game.
Yeah, so much likely that is. But now Sovereign SG, this is a sign that they cannot easily just take this game against King's Vanguard. And now look at this one. They're trying to make opportunities themselves. They want to initiate the team fight. Super Ryan has the vision as well. Oh, the bottom side. Look at this map here. They're targeting someone.
It is by no means that
Oh.
Sovereign SG made a wrong choice. In fact, that will always be a gamble. The final push will always be a gamble. Do I focus on players or do I focus on core? In this case, the gamble went on the other side and they're gonna have to redo that all over again. Hopefully it will make things better. But for now, we do have the fist crank coming from Kong. Hopefully that he will be able to push Super Ryan away, but it doesn't really matter because we do have Pogiako that managed to take the Lord down. All 4 members from the side of Sovereign is just gonna be down onto the main fight, while Night Shiki goes for a split push down in the bottom lane. But unfortunately, the rest of King's Vanguard, they are back as the Vanguard. They garrisoned their own core and they managed to clear out the wave that is pushing down in the bottom lane. Krill, Meow, and Super Ryan, we got 1 person dead from each side while the Lord marches in middle.
Wow, that was a great opportunity there for SSG to take the Lord. They know that Bao and Nandez was out of picture, but now this is going to be the defense we are now expecting for King's Vanguard.
Same gamble, you're gonna have to take a look at that. Keep your eyes on the Night Shiki and take a look at his prioritization of who is attacking. Because right now, he's got Nandez at the back. He went for Nandez to go for the kill. And now, it's totally fine for him to just focus onto the core and try to gamble because he's the only one remaining. But yet another Maniac has been credited over to Luxionstein within a short span of time.
Same scenario.
Same scenario.
Same scenario, but we've seen Night
Same
Shiki.
scenario.
Night Shiki going for the core.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I think that looking at Night Shiki, he did what he needed to do, right? Clear out the minion wave, and then now because he's targeted by Nandez, he cleared out Nandez. And now because there's a lot of members that is already low HP, it's totally fair to go for the kill first so that there's one less person targeting him. Now that everyone is dead, and now I'm left alone, I've gotta have to go for the core. There's no point in trying to go for the kill anymore. I think that he made the right choice this time, but it's just that the odds are stacked against him.
Pogiako just dive into the fountain.
Oh really?
He did. Just to get those kills. But,
So he threw.
yeah. I'm not sure. Pogiako, that was twice in a row. I mean, the same scenario we're seeing, but again, Night Shiki goes for the core because he has no choice. As you have mentioned, all his teammates already been down. But Pogiako, that dive is really questionable to me. But he did manage to pick off, but it's not the important pick off that I have seen. They can manage to go for that zone, so Night Shiki goes for that core. But this time around, King's Vanguard, twice they defend, twice they recovered. Now this is the moment they can level up against Sovereign SG. Making some plays here in the bottom side, but now without the tart here, Super Minions is spawning. It's still Sovereign SG controlling the game.
It's very much of a stalemate all across the map.
Yeah.
The Sovereign SG and the King's
Vanguard. Look at the swing, man.
Oh. Okay,
Twice.
but fortunately though, right now economy means nothing now.
True.
It's all about that team fight, depending on how Sovereign SG wants to play. They are a very team fight. They are very team fight based composition, right? So they will want to win in those team fights. But at this point in time, there is a cross-map play that they are looking for as well. As you can see, we do have Night Shiki that's been thwarted. The plans is thwarted! King's Vanguard found Night Shiki hiding in the brush. And now King's Vanguard, they're looking for the opportunity to take it all away. As the AOG lands, Cleo Mel rocks away. Pogiako, take it down. Kong, track, unable to reclaim themselves right in front of the throne. As such, the Lord has been taken by the Vanguards. And King's Vanguard finally have gotten themselves the rally that will eventually push down middle lane.
Wow, that decision to go for the pick-off plus stopping that blitz on the Lord, that was great decision making there for King's Vanguard. That's Walker Knuckle. I am you, AOG. Makes it perfect in that skirmish play. Now they do have the advantage here. Lord marching through, pushing here on the bot, pushing here on the top as well. Sovereign SG, one mistake could cost this game.
They have pretty decent wave clear though. So if they were to play in their base and try to clear out everything, it's still technically speaking possible. But they will lose their T3s for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Turret has been
This
destroyed.
is a tough match. And Sovereign SG, they did whatever that they could. But the question is, will this be their lifeline? Will they be able to stay alive? How is this gonna be? Is King's Vanguard gonna even give them any form of opportunity? All 5 members from the side of Sovereign SG is ready to go up for the garrison for
Nandes!
this T1 or T3 turret. We do have Nandes coming going all the way from the back. The Ogi Shadow Q actually didn't do a lot of damage at all. It's been completely spread out. And now King's Vanguard with the Evolved Lord just right in front. We do have Sovereign SG with the Kong just gonna be going straight out for the Fist Strike. Didn't really do too much, but the main thing is Luxionstein doesn't have a lot of HP. All the way back with Super Ryan as well. Nandes with the Quad Shadow, go all the way back. We do have fighters completely split up. No way! Go just walk the deck, go nuts up there! What? Power as well! The entire team fight with not a single fatality!
Are you kidding me, Abstract? What is this game? No casualties! Inhibitor charge secured! King's Vanguard! You are out of this world! OMG!
Clean retreats.
Wow!
They got all the T3s with not a single person dead.
Oh, there's gonna be a team fight
Oh
there!
my goodness. As now we do have the carpet that has been drawn out by Super Ryan.
Pogiaco!
Just goes straight in. Pogiaco, Naichiki, wait, hold on a second, Sovereign SG! They actually don't have a lot of HP to work with, but they are gonna be on the offensive.
Oh!
Loses immortality. As now, Super Ryan, first one down, sweet. Second one down. Luxionstein somehow was fought and dead as well. Evolved Lord is right back in the map again. But Sovereign SG, they've got the middle lane pushed down. Are they going to force this out?
Oh no, this is gonna catapult. They still have the catapult 4 versus 3 situation!
And now a grave stun onto Bao. Doesn't have a lot of HP to work with.
Oh!
The flag catches him.
Oh!
Immortality, pop, CC immunity, but he's not gonna go anywhere at all. 5 men from side Sovereign SG. They don't have a lot of HP to work with, but now we do it untargetable when it comes down to Fruit and Trunket. And Crocodile, he does have his he got his done, but not quite enough to do anything at this point in time. Kong lost immortality, always cleared out. One man defense, only to be thwarted by Night Shiki. Luxionstein joins back into the fight, and now, as a solo, he kept the wave clear. Sovereign SG, they are back onto the Lord.
What is this game? Abstract, I don't know, man. Are you still there, Abstract? That was a great play, great defense, a Sisu battle, once in a lifetime we're seeing here, a challenger team against an MPL Singapore team. It is just
I didn't want to
incredible.
go this crazy.
Yeah.
The stakes are low, but this is such a good game.
Such a good game, man.
Oh.
Best of one. This is how a best of one series can really dictate the players, the team's mentality. But now, back into the game. Sovereign SG secured this Evolved Lord. Will King's Vanguard be able to defend once again? This is a clutch game we are now expecting here for King's Vanguard. So much micro plays we have seen. And now, Pogiaco, if he is not overcommitting in such situation, he can really turn the battle around. His discipline his trigger discipline, to be specific, must be there.
Oh no, not that!
No way!
No, not like that! Okay, he's gonna be okay! But in the meantime, we do have Kong managed to catch a lot of people at the same time! As Luxionstein doesn't have a lot of HP left, as Pogiaco went straight in with the dance! Luxionstein, he does have the immortality, so he's gonna be okay for now, but all 4 members coming from the is gonna be taken down! Run!
Wow! What a game!
Wow!
What a game, man! MPL SG Season 9 Challenger Stage. This is why you're my Lodi, man.
Oh my
That is why you're my Lodi. And speaking of Lodis, man, those teams, Sovereign SG, just taken down. MPL SG team, King's Vanguard.
Which took down Team Flash.
Exactly.
What the hell is going on with this season?
OMG, to be honest, I'm happy because we have seen again 3 seasons, Team Flash dominating
Top heavy, right?
everything. But this This
I am not used to uncertainty.
I welcome, especially this kind of gameplay that we're seeing right now. The future is bright, man. The future is bright for the MPL Singapore teams.
I mean, I welcome it, but
Wow.
boy, I need to swap out. Oh man,
Wow. Okay, Sovereign SG.
they're not so much of a quote unquote underdogs that much, huh?
Compared to their game against RSGSG yesterday, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know what just happened to this team SSG. What motivation they have taken on that game against RSGSG. This is a different SSG. Okay, remember we talked about during the drafts that the draft has been one of the factors that they lost that game.
Mhm.
This game specifically, this is a
They
great
showed
draft.
their execution,
Yes.
right? They showed their execution. They looked out for what they wanted
Mm-hmm.
to do, and this time they, yeah, I think the Gato Kacha plus the Badang actually worked
Yep.
out pretty darn well, huh?
Yeah, that's true. I
Wait,
mean,
hold on a second. The
ye-
Gato Kacha.
correct, correct.
Who was the Rome actually? Is it correct, right?
Yeah,
Is it Gato
No,
Kacha
no.
Rome
yeah.
or Badang Rome?
No, gotta gotcha.
Is it Gato Kacha Rome?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is what you mentioned, right? That AOG is not meant to really initiate,
Yeah.
but to follow up, which Kong
Kong
with the
has
feast.
constantly just
Yes,
going
that's
in.
the thing. So on the previous match, they have the full views. If only they have the Gatakacha, then I think it makes us.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
But this game, I have to highlight, guys. Sorry for KGV, but I'm going to highlight that SSG here just deserves the recognition here. I mean, they adjusted very well. This draft is really, really good. They have, to be honest, I mean, it doesn't show really pretty much of a counter on the other side. Actually, it's KGV who counters SSG. They have the Valentina here. They have Super Ryan on that high-lows. Whenever the commitment is there, Glorious Pathway as well as the Revitalize can really sustain you. But then again, Pogi Echo just stepping up with that insane amount of damage.
Wow.
113k.
Wow.
113k of damage.
100.
OMG.
Yeah, this is quite a game, huh?
Quite a game indeed. Don't get me wrong, KGV's lineup is pretty good as well. They have the
is.
pick off, but I do love how they stop the aggressiveness coming in from Bao on the Jawhead.
Oh, in
Jawhead
the
has
first
been-
5 minutes, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think
Give the
yeah.
space.